Hey y'all, it's Brittaineayy. And I kind of wanted to start a new thing on my channel where I'm reviewing older products, but they're worth it. So I'm not really sure what to name this type of thing because I see a bunch of people always raving about newer products and everything, and oh, go to the store and get this new product and all that. But I'm just I have a bunch of makeup that my mom always gives me and everything, which I don't say give, but gift, as in birthdays and Christmases and everything. So I'm very thankful and grateful for her because if not, I would have nothing at all. I'm a stay-at-home mom. I love doing makeup. It's one of my favorite things to do and everything. And I sometimes get really artistic with it. And then other times where it's just run out the door type of thing, I'll come up with something simple and then run out the door. So for my more neutral look, I kind of want to just go back to an older palette and play around, and that's what I did yesterday, and I kind of created this fun, easy look to do. So it is the Jaclyn Hill palette. It is I believe it says Armed and Gorgeous, and this is what it looks like, and it has a little mirror in here. Great for traveling and everything, and I love that because I always do my makeup in the truck half of the time, but if I do get a bit of chance to sit down and do it, so yesterday I was waiting for my mom to come so I didn't have to do it in the truck or the car or anything, but this is what it looks like. And I don't know, I just get excited about things like this because it's not many people go back and talk about what they are using on a daily basis, or they don't even really discuss older makeup products that are still, I think this is still sellable. I think you can still buy this somewhere. I'll have to look for y'all, but if not, I will just make the look, and then if you have that if you have colors that are similar, then you can recreate this look. That's another thing. If you don't have the palette, it's okay. You don't have to stress about it. Just whatever palette you do have, try to find colors similar and then put a twist on there. So starting off with the Urban Decay Potion Primer, and I like the sample size better because it had a little tube you squeeze out and I could get almost all of it, but this one you literally have to squeeze it all the way up because there's a little bit of product on the applicator. Of course you cannot see that, but my camera acts up anyways. There's a little bit of product, but it's not enough to cover both eyes. So what I do is I'll squeeze the product up and then just grab a hold of it like that, and then you can see that there's product on there, and then I dab it on both eyes and kind of make sure it's covered everywhere. And you don't have to use too much of it, literally just that little bitty dab will go on both eyes, and then just take your fingers and then blend it all into the eyes. And then just make sure you're dispersing the product everywhere kind of evenly so there's no extraness anywhere, and then you can tap out the product. I know I look really weird right now, but then you just tap out the product everywhere. It fills until it gets a little bit tacky. You wait just a second, you look at your palette, figure out what you want to do, and then you go back and then just a little bit of tap, and now it's drying, but just with a little bit of tackiness, so that way you can have your shadows sticking on and everything. But okay, so I just get a fatter, floofier brush, and I'm going to go in with Secure, and then just dip it into the palette, and then I use the mirror to angle it down and then look into, and then keep it in a V/rounded shape. And then once all the product is dispersed closer to the crease and everything, then I'll slowly go around the edges and then just kind of buff them out just to go all the way up to the brow bone, so that way we have an even coverage. I also have a mirror right here, so if I'm look up and I'm not looking up there, I have a mirror to the side of me just to make sure I'm doing everything right. Anyways, so the reason I bring it all the way up to the brow bone is because it gives you more of a lifted effect, but also you want the product to be evenly dispersed and everything, and the more you fade it up, the less it has there, but it gives you a more even blend. So if that makes sense. So I'm going to do same thing, other eye. At this point, you can see shadow here and everything. It is okay. You can clean up everything afterwards. But okay, so then I take a more denser brush. It's still fluffier, but more denser. And then more like thinner. I don't know. I guess that's the word. Anyways, I'm going in with Agent, which is just the darker orange color. And then I like to roll my brush around, just make sure it's like evenly coated, like roll and tap and roll and tap. And then again looking down, but then I'm just going to keep this closer to like the V shape, which if you don't know what the V shape is, it's like literally like just in a V, like if you could do that and then just keep it in a V. So I'm going to lightly bring it just slightly outwards like this, just to give that little bit of tapered look, and then go just right there. And then doing the same thing to the other eye. I probably can look up because it's that easy that you can just look at your mirror and do it. And then I'm just slightly bringing it out. It will give like a little bit more of a, I guess, lifted look. But I'm not always good with all the terms because I'm like, normally I'm not always explaining as I'm going. So I'm learning how to explain as I go. It's great to keep one of these color swatches. I got this one from the Dollar Tree, but to keep one of the color swatches on you, because then you can just do this and then pick up a new color without worrying like if it's going to be looking chalky or not. But I'm going to pick up Primal, which is the darker brown color, and then just keep it in just the outer portion, and then just a little bit into the V. But I'm not going to go so heavy with this because I kind of just want it to be just a bit more of a shading there, but not like a full color, if that makes sense, like a full thing. I'm not trying to make it overpower like the other stuff. I'm just using it as a shading color, if that makes any sense. So, and then I'm going to try to make it do that little V, or like the little flickered thing too, so. It's kind of like all about like shaping the look that you want at the same time like you're trying to get everything to be blended out. But I'm going to take a brush that has nothing in it. I just did the color swatch, whatever. And then I'm just going to like tap those colors. The reason I tap it is, I guess for me it kind of feels like it's blending without pulling anything. And I just like kind of want everything to be blended out, but I don't want to pull any of the colors anywhere. So I found for me that just kind of works better for blending purposes, but not pulling like the color anywhere. So right now this aggravates me because it's like setting in my line. I'm like, no, get off me. But alright, then we're gonna pick up Classified, and we're gonna do it with our finger. And you can use a setting spray if you want to. I just sometimes don't like to use a setting spray because the simple fact that sometimes certain shimmers, and I haven't used it on this shimmer, so I really don't know, but sometimes certain shimmers, when I do it, they will crack up and crease, and then they will flake off, even though this is the Urban Decay setting spray, and I've used it for almost a lot of shimmers, and it hasn't done that. But sometimes there will be just that one particular shimmer that will just flake and then make my whole look ruined, and I have to like wipe everything off, and I'm like, no. But so I'm just going to keep this more like a halo look, so it's going to be like kind of like in the center of the look, and then bringing it like all the way up to like the middle. And then I'll show you what we're going to do in a minute. A very weird trick that I learned is if the faster you go, which I guess it's because it's creating the warmth, but the faster you like spin your finger around, the more pigment you can get. I guess it's literally just because of the warmth of your finger is like kind of like activating the shimmers and everything. But okay, so then you can take that brush you had that had nothing on it, and then like tap just around the edges just to get those a little bit more blended out. Or you can always take this, tap into the like, okay, hold on, tap into your darker shade and tap a little bit out, and then just hit it on the sides just to give a little bit more extra shading, but like not overpowering it, but like still like tapping out the edges and everything. So okay, so now I'm going to go in with a clean brush, but I'm going to pick up Smooth Criminal, so it's a lighter shade than this one, but not like too light and not too dark. And then just going to tap it out and then buff it in the inner corners to that green color. I guess it's a green color. I mean, it's kind of, I guess so. I'm like, it's kind of a gold greenish. I don't really know what you would call it, but it's really pretty though. Okay, so now that once you get your desired look and everything is evened out, if you find that like there's still spots missing, you can just go back with the shimmer and then just tap a little bit, and then you have that. Okay, so now we're going to take Top Secret. I was about to be like, woo! But take Top Secret and then take kind of like a end of a, I don't know what you call it, but a shading type of brush, and I'm just going to go all the way under my eyes, and then you'll see that like this eye starts turning bluish, which is so cool. I found that out yesterday, and I'm just like, certain colors, like if I put it black, they're almost blue, but they're like, and I just like hit the side of my thing or whatever, but I don't know, it's like they become like this really weirdish blue if I like wear a whole black smoky look. So I don't know, I just thought this was really pretty, that it makes like the eye like really blue, but like a really pretty blue color. It's funny how like, I guess because your eyes like reflect off of colors and stuff and everything. So I heard one thing that like people with blue eyes aren't really having blue eyes, it's just like the reflection of like certain things that they get around and all that make them blue. But I'm not sure how well that is, but then like how true that is until like I'm like, but they make my eyes blue. Okay, so I'm gonna stop for just a minute so I can clean this up because it is looking crazy. Okay, so I took the color swatch and got it off, but then we're gonna go in with Prowl. I think I called it Primal earlier, but anyways, it's called Prowl. And then we're just going to like shake the brush and then just keep it on the outer portion to just make that outer a little bit more shaded and darker. And then again on this side, and I'm just gonna go halfway like where my pupil is, and that pupil, not pupil, but anyways, and then just keep it right there, and then just make sure the side's still blended out. And then I see it's like sticking right there. Okay, it was like it kept sticking in the corner, and then I'm just gonna make sure that I'm still taking the wipe that I just had a minute ago, but making sure everything is just all clear. And then I like a cleaner cut, so like I will like clean out the like corners and stuff, whatever. But I do know that some people like a more softer and blended look. It's all about the particular what you like and all that. So anyways, okay, so I'm gonna teach a little trick that I have been doing, and it has made all my highlighter go on easier and everything. But you can take a fan brush that like looks like this. I was gonna say that it's tiny and everything, so take a fan brush and go into whatever highlighter shade that you want, which I'm going to go in with VIP, and then just swoop it on the brush like this, and then like make sure both sides are coated. And it doesn't like look like there's too much on there, but it is. It just doesn't really look like it. And then I take it right under the brow area, and like you can see that like it's like highlighting, but it's not going every single where, because I used to use like this little pencil brush and I would highlighter it in there, and then like I would mess my brows up, I would mess my eyeshadow up, and it wasn't like doing the look that I wanted, and it was just getting annoying that it was going everywhere. But this like keeps it kind of like more controlled in the areas that I want it without like getting out of hand. So I don't know. For me, that's worked, and I thought that was pretty cool that I was just like so annoyed with the pencil brush that I was using that it was going everywhere, and I'm like, what else can I use that will help me like to keep it right under the brow area, but like not ruin everything. And then I just like, I know that they use fan brushes to do highlighter purposes and everything, which I don't use a fan brush. I actually use, hold on, this, ever since I got these brushes, I want them in a giveaway, and then ever since I got these brushes, like this one says glow, and I've just been like kind of keeping it in like a little area, but this one also picks up a lot more too, so I don't know, I like that better. But yeah, so I don't know, I just thought this was a neat idea and trick that helps to not mess up, because I would literally like have the pencil and it would like go all up in my eyeshadow, messing everything up, and I'm just like, oh. Okay, so then how I get it in the inner crease, or in the inner corner I should say, is I just take it on my pinky and then just pop it like right there in the corner, and then if it gets too out of hand, I'll just go back in with whatever brush I used, and then I'll just like smooth out the edges right there, so that way it's like not everywhere, but and then just the same pinky for the same side, and then I'll just rub it just a little bit to give off the highlighter popping color, and then dab it, and then just go back and smooth the edges in case. And you can also do that with the color you had. I have to pick a little bit more up because I'm like, I forgot that I had the Prowl on there anyways. And then tap it out, and then just, if you see it going crazy, whatever, or going in the places you don't want it, then you can just go over it, so. Okay, I am gonna go in with the Wet n Wild liquid eyeliner, and then create a wing liner, and then, or like a wing, whatever. And then I will come back, but this is a really easy eyeliner to do, but sometimes I am still learning how to use this. I just was gifted the other week with this, and I'm still learning how to use this. It has a lot of product, and it's easy to move and everything, but it has this type of tip on it compared to a tip that I am normally, where is, okay, I'm normally like using a longer tip and everything, where this one, hold on, let me see. Okay, and also like the wand difference, so whatever, like this is a whole stick compared to like just a little one. So I like both of these products. They're both great products, and I'll still use this at times and everything, but I've been trying to like learn this, because like when you dip in there, like you don't have to dip once to go for like the whole eye. So if you want a tutorial specifically of this, I think I did it on my last video with me having the Wet n Wild products, whatever. I'm pretty sure I showed it on how to use it and everything, but just if you want a particular one tutorial of that, then I'll show you. Okay, so now I'm going to top it off with the Maybelline Sky High Mascara, which the wand just looks like that. I'm pretty sure everyone has heard of this. I'm going to pull my mirror in close, so I'm sorry. But I like to have the mirror to look so that way I don't poke myself in the eye. Okay, last step is for the lips, and then you can technically, if you wanted to, you could take a take lashes and put them on top of this look. I'm not really going anywhere today to use lashes, because normally if I'm like going somewhere, then I'll like put on lashes or whatever, but like for the most part I don't think I'm going anywhere today. And I don't always put on lashes either. It's just a rare mood where I'm like, okay, let's do lashes, but most of the time I don't wear lashes. I'm looking for my lip liner every single time. Okay, like every single time I want to do something, my lip liner be running off. Anyways, I've learned that using a lip liner is a lot easier to like get your lipstick and all that to look better, or at least for me anyways, because I have like littler, smaller lips, whatever. I mean, they're not horrible small, but like they're just smaller than what every other person shows you on social media. So anyways, I like to overline the lips, whatever, to get them to be more plump and fuller. And again, I have to put the mirror in the way, but I just start on the sides and then take it up. And this is not the shade that I wanted. I was thinking it was the darker, redder shade, but oh well. And then, so when it gets to the Cupid bow, I will slowly start over drawing the Cupid bow. And then for the bottom, I just do this. Hold my mouth slightly open. And I just run back and forth a couple times for the bottom. I have one side that kind of like sinks or dips in or whatever, so I like try to make it even. This is a really, really pretty shade. I forgot how pretty this shade is. It's just not the shade I was going up for. Always keep your pencil sharp. I just have the Essence, or however you pronounce that, pencil sharpener. Best pencil sharpener I've ever used for lip liners. And it does make a difference. Okay, so I always focus more on like the Cupid's bow being big and the bottom being slightly down a little bit to give the more pouty look. And then I just fill in the sides. I'm going to take a lighter color and fill this in. Okay, so this is just by Cute Best, and you can find these on Amazon. You get, I think, 11 of them for like $8, I believe, but... And then use your finger to tap it out. Right now you can kind of like see the area that I'm having issues with right now. And then if you feel like you need more of the lip liner, then you just go back in with the lip liner. Your lip liner should like shade the areas to make it look a particular fullness. And that literally, I mean, it's a whole... I look like I have big, full lips naturally. But I mean, not naturally, but like, that I didn't go through all that work to get them. That I was just lining my lips or whatever. But, I mean, I guess you could see it from the side a little bit. That it's not all that natural. But, I don't know. For picture purposes... And for public, because everybody always compliments, like, especially, like, if I wear a red lipstick and I, like, do this whole thing and I wear a red lipstick, everybody always compliments. Like, oh my god, your red lipstick and your lips and all. So, grateful for all that, but that's not natural. It's a process to get there. But, okay, I'm gonna, show you my highlighter that I love. It's by Estate Cosmetics, and I'm hitting pan on it, and I'm like, oh my god, I love this favorite one, but it's a putty highlighter, and it's in the shade Lunar. It's one of my favorite highlighters, but I just take it on the tip of my nose and then down the edge of my nose And then just, sometimes I'll do it on the lips or whatever, but like, it's just a really, really pretty highlighter. Yeah, even doing it. Sadly, before my camera got full, I was trying to just say thank y'all for watching. If you like these types of videos, don't forget to follow, subscribe, like the button, give me compliments in the comments. Not necessarily compliments, but like just what else you want to see. But like, yeah, it was really rude that my camera was just like battery full storage or whatever, you know. But I love y'all, and I hope y'all have a wonderful day and week, and stay naughty, and you know the drill. So I will see y'all next time. Bye, y'all.
I get dirty thoughts about you. They get worse when I'm without you. Does that mean that I'm going to hell? Or are you thinking them as well? Whoa. When I'm lonely, all the corners of my mind start racing. Things that should be kept in the basement. Spend my time trying to erase them.